though his profile is already displayed on the screen. He is a distinguished business and technology leader recognized among top 100 AI makers and known for driving profitable omni-channel through tech, AI, and growth marketing. As a founder and CEO of DAIOM, he helps brands scale by combining data-driven marketing, enterprise analytics, and advanced martech solutions, supporting business across e-commerce, retail, fintech, and healthcare. The other details are already there on the screen. You can always view it. So I take this honor to invite CA Ashok Agrawal to kindly come up and felicitate our speaker for the day. Utturya, please. Request the audience to give him a huge round of applause. A memento. Thank you, Ashok ji. Thank you, sir. The session is all yours.
So good morning, everyone. Am I audible at the back? Perfect. So one confession, I am not CA. Okay, I am an engineer by background. So every time I visit ICI conference, मेरे नाम के पहले CA लगा देते हैं. So apologies for that. So my session is a little bit about AI and analytics, but I'll talk less about analytics or AI, but I'll talk about how can analytics help you drive business growth. But before I start, So I come from a city called Gurgaon, which is known for AQI about 300. So यहाँ पे ना I feel little good कि यहाँ पे I can breathe fresh air. But when I was coming to Calcutta, I was quite scared. I was scared because of two reasons. You know what? So yesterday, what was the event which was popular in Calcutta? Messi. So Messi was coming, so I thought Messi आ रहा है कहीं mess में तो नहीं है city. Okay, so I was worried about कि there will be traffic jams and all, and I wanted to visit little bit of the city, but fortunately the city has transformed. I'm coming after 14 years to Calcutta, and I was amazed by the infrastructure. I visited both the Kali temple and the Dakshineshwar temple. I tried the metro also. Amazing. I used to think Delhi metro is very good, but Calcutta is the city where metro was started. Okay. The second reason I was scared is much more scary, but before that, I have been in the field of AI and analytics especially data-driven historical analytics for almost 2 decades. And the good part about being in analytics is almost like being a CA. Okay, you can do CA work in any field. Okay, you need a CA in FMCG, telecom, e-commerce, every business. And similar for people in analytics. You can put a word analytics across e-commerce analytics, retail analytics, all types of analytics. And analytics also goes one level down. Okay, it goes across departments. It goes in HR, analytics, sales. मतलब कोई भी word लो, business function लो, उसके आगे analytics लगा दो. Are you guys okay if I use little bit Hindi? Anyone not comfortable? Just raise your hand. अच्छा, you're not comfortable. Comfortable, okay. Oh, Hindi से emotion आता है ना हमारा, right? So while I have worked across all departments to drive analytics and data transformation, it has been very easy for me to work with customer service, marketing, but the most toughest department has been the finance department, and it is people like you. And the main reason is because CA and finance people are very analytical themselves. It's not easy to sell them analytics. They are already very analytical driven and they are already mature. उनको numbers पता होते हैं, उनको अपना profit, loss, cash flow सब पता होता है. So for me, it has been easy to work with people who are less educated on data, and which creates a big impact, and that is marketing. How many people think marketing has a lot of waste of money? Anyone thinks? No? You think marketing is very efficient? Huh? It's very efficient. It required, na? So raise your hand, sir. How many people think marketing requires improvement in efficiency? Very good. So call me for it. Okay, I'm specialized in marketing analytics. I help businesses drive better at marketing. So I am scared of people like you, but we are happy that people like you are there in organizations who control a lot of output and use a lot of data. But what I feel is the data which the finance team uses is only around finance. Okay, and when I was hearing your president talking about is how do you drive impact to business growth across all functions, and that is where a enablers function will come, and that is what I will focus on today's presentation. Okay, so quick question, how many people wear some kind of a smartwatch or a fitness tracker here? Can you guys stand up please? थोड़ा morning है ना, थोड़ा fitness है तो that's good. So can you share what fitness bands and all you wear? Brands बताइए, show off करते हैं थोड़ा. Apple Watch? हाँ? Boat? Fast Track, amazing. But how many, you can sit down please. How many people are really fit? हाँ? तो मैंने ना बहुत सारी वॉचेस 10 साल से ना मस्ट हैव स्पेंड 4-5 lakhs. अब मैं स्मार्ट रिंग पे आ गया हूँ, बट ये रिंग्स वॉचेस से यू डोंट गेट फिटर, राइट? यू जस्ट गेट मोर डेटा. ओके, यू गेट मोर डेटा, और वो टेकी जो किक आता है ना वो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, बट इट डज नॉट मेक अस फिटर. यू एग्री? जो फिट होता है वो वैसे ही फिट होता है, उसको कोई वॉच उसकी जरूरत नहीं होती. तो and this is my favorite question, I keep asking people, what is the KPI you think defines that you are fit or healthy? Anyone? कि आपको ये देख के पता चल जाता है ये मेरा इनपुट घड़ी में कि यार आई एम फिट, आई एम ऑन द राइट ट्रैक. व्हाट इज दैट KPI? हार्ट बीट, स्टेप्स, व्हाट एल्स? पल्स, BMI, ब्लड प्रेशर, स्लीप. How many people track sleep? तो सैटरडे नाइट को ना मैं बिंज वॉचिंग करता हूँ और सुबह उठ के मुझे गिल्ट लगता है जब मैं वॉच में देखता हूँ अरे मैं सिर्फ 3 घंटे सोया हूँ. आई फील लाइक सुबह उठते ही एग्जाम में फेल हो गए. सो a lot of KPIs we track across, and in fact, have you heard of the company Noise? They create watches and headphones. And I was talking to him, and we were discussing what is the key KPI to look at. But he asked me one question, Saurabh, do you know which is the most used feature on the smartwatch? And you would be surprised, it is not tracking steps, it's not playing games. You know, it is changing watch faces. That's the most used feature on the phone, on the watch. So that is the reality. We think we want to be fit, uske liye hum lete hain, but it's more of a gadget. So this is a KPI chart which I worked with one of my friends to create. Ki how do you track being healthy? You eat well, you lose weight, you are aerobically fit, and you have hundreds of KPIs out there. Now that is the state of our organization. कुछ KPI बढ़ रहे हैं, कुछ KPI घट रहे हैं. Whenever we go for a meeting, whatever KPIs are good, we show them, and next meeting we say, oh, उसको भूल जाओ, ये नए KPIs बढ़े हैं. Incidentally or accidentally, we end up moving in some direction, but there is a very difficult thing to know what is input is driving output. Sometimes it is luck, sometimes it is effort. So my whole talk is about how to use data to drive culture change, and that's where somewhere a bit of AI analytics भी हम लगाएंगे. How many people think AI and analytics are same? Can I have a raise of hand? How many people think it is same? Nobody thinks it is same? How many people think it's not same? उससे करते हैं. अच्छा. हाँ? Can you share why do you think it is not the same?
AI is a tool for analytics.
अच्छा, AI is a tool for amazing. Yeah. So analytics in simple terms is about analyzing something and figuring out how to improve. So I would say analytics is a subset where AI can help it improve. Okay. Now today there are two terms which got famous in the last 2 decades. One was predictive analytics and predictive AI, and there is generative AI. Last 2-3 years there has been a wave of generative AI. We are creating text, we are creating images, we are creating videos, which is generative AI. We are creating code also. Okay. But what is predictive AI is, business analysis, why our sales are down, why our cash flow is negative, how can we improve our ROAS, how do we do this, how do we do that. That is predictive analytics, which is helping us predict an outcome, whether it will rain, whether we will reach on time. All that is predictive AI. How generative AI helps predictive AI is what the content we create code or something to use it in our predictive AI. So mostly in business functions, when we are trying to improve the outcome, it is more of predictive AI we are focusing on, leveraging a little bit of generative AI. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, being two decades in analytics, the fundamental of analytics haven't changed so much. It was all about descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. All jargons created by companies like Gartner, McKinsey, and all. Very simple framework to look at. Descriptive is just telling us the facts. Diagnostic is helping us solve a problem, predicting the outcome, and prescribing. Honestly, I haven't seen much people reaching from even predictive to prescriptive. But what has changed is 2 decades ago, big companies who are spending billions of dollars in tech were able to solve it or afford it. Today, we have access to those tools with just 100 rupees of spend we do on stuff, where it can make it easy for all. So the cost is dropping rapidly and the speed is increasing at an 100x speed. Okay. Now, how AI and analytics converge? Okay, AI helps analytics in 2-3 ways. One is it helps us do faster data management and coding. The first step of any analytics is to organize your company's data and make it useful, whether it is your transaction data, customer data, and all. The second is by using agentic AI, you can create multi-step process. But what I'm most excited about is conversational AI. Conversational AI is where you can ask a bot or something कि मेरी sales क्यों down है, yesterday की sales कितनी थी, परसों क्या होने वाला है, all those things. Today we ask a person, the person goes and opens up a dashboard, he finds the answer and does it. Honestly, we have not reached the third stage with good accuracy yet, but surely we will soon. Honestly, in the world of last 2-3 years, analytics part of AI has been the slowest to grow, and we'll talk about it little as we go through the presentation as well. So today's talk, I will talk about some stories of companies who have made transformation by using analytics and data with a little bit of tadka of AI. We'll talk about 5 mistakes which I see me making or others making, and then we'll sum it up. So the first story is about my buying experience of these shoes. Okay, so past 2-3 years I've stopped wearing formals. मतलब ये कोट भी मैंने 3 साल बाद निकाला है. मैंने कहा CA की कॉन्फ्रेंस में आ रहे हैं, कुछ कोट वोट पहनना पड़ेगा. And I have stopped wearing leather shoes. Okay, and it was because one of my friends showed me कि यार ये this is one type of shoes which you can wear. It will look leatherish, but it is very comfortable to wear, and you can go 20,000 steps in a day also very easily. तो मैंने कहा हाँ अच्छा है, कौन सी कंपनी का है? उसने कहा Skechers का है. तो फर्स्ट आई वेंट ऑनलाइन, आई चेकड इट, देखा 8-10 हज़ार का है. मेरे को लगा कि देखते हैं, एंड आई एम वेरी स्केयर्ड ऑफ बाइंग शूज़ ऑनलाइन. द नंबर 1 इशू विच आई फेस इज साइज और फिट का प्रॉब्लम होता है. सो व्हाट आई डिड इज आई विजिटेड अ नियरेस्ट स्टोर ऑफ Skechers नियर अ मॉल इन गुड़गांव, एंड आई ट्राइड इट. देखा, सब अच्छा लगा, पर वहाँ भी कोई डिस्काउंट नहीं था, और बनिया दिमाग है, डिस्काउंट के बगैर कैसे करेंगे. सो देन आई स्टार्टेड सर्चिंग ऑन Amazon, Myntra, saw the price little bit same. Then I realized कि my wife's friend works in Skechers, तो उसको फिर कॉल किया, 30% का डिस्काउंट कूपन लिया और यूज़ कर लिया. Okay, how many people have done similar things, researched online and purchased offline? है ना? So this is called ROPO effect. Okay, ROPO is research online and purchase offline, and initially a lot of people started buying online. The first company which we started using was railway tickets. Online खरीदा, टिकट किया, आगे बढ़ गए, फिर बुक्स खरीदा, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स खरीदा. Now what is happening is online is influencing a lot of offline purchases. Okay, people discover products dumb scrolling on Instagram, and then they click, then they say अच्छा nearest store जाते हैं, try करते हैं. But not all products we are buying online. Products like jewelry, products like shoes, products like size fit, clothes, expensive thing, anything above 5-10,000 rupees, we'll go offline and buy. So it's a very complex journey. So I had the fortune to work with a company called Lenskart. How many people know Lenskart? How many people are wearing a chashma of Lenskart? Amazing. How many people applied in the IPO? So I had the fortune to work with 2-3 of these brands. Lenskart के साथ 2-3 मतलब 3 साल था मैं. And we started, I was there when we were just exiting COVID. So they had about 250 stores. From 250 stores to we reached 2000 plus stores. और फिर मैं काफ़ी बोर हो गया था. And then I started my own practice. So the whole idea is most brands utilize data in isolation. They only utilize data which is sitting with the brand. So now what companies like Lenskart, CaratLane, they started online and then they expanded offline. So what they did is they started looking at what people are doing online and they realized chashma online बेचना बहुत मुश्किल है. You agree? How many people who purchased Lenskart, they purchased in the store? But you saw it on the site before coming. So what data we saw is people जिसका phone number available है, 50% of people buying in stores were checking online. But online का revenue is less than 10% of it. बट उस लॉजिक से तो कंपनी ऑनलाइन बिजनेस बंद कर देना चाहिए, है ना, ROI जस्टिफाई नहीं करता. बट इफ वी डोंट हैव ऑनलाइन, द सेल ऑफ ऑफलाइन विल गो डाउन बाय 50%. ओके, सो द कस्टमर जर्नी इज वेरी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, ऑनलाइन ऑफलाइन ऑफलाइन ऑनलाइन, एंड दैट इज वेयर एन ऑमनी चैनल अप्रोच टू लुकिंग एट बिजनेस वाज की. And all these 4 companies which I am talking about, CaratLane, Lenskart, Sleep Company, Snitch, they don't do online P&L separate and offline P&L separate. You must have seen करते हैं कि एक मार्केट प्लेस का P&L बना लिया, ऑनलाइन का P&L बना लिया, ऑफलाइन का P&L बना लिया. जैसे ही आपने अगर ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन का P&L साथ में बना लिया ना, you will kill the offline business. That is the number one mistake I have seen people doing it. Because you stop regarding the customer journey coming from research online and purchase offline. Do you know how many hours people spend on internet in India? It is 6.5 hours on an average, and a person like me spends about 10 hours. And social media pe it's almost 3 hours plus. A person like me must be 4 hours, 5 hours, and that too on multiple devices. So this is a big change which is happening. Now this helps us look at multiple things. It looks at, when you look at online कि store कहाँ खोलना है. If we see आसाम से traffic ज़्यादा आ रहा है, but लोग खरीद नहीं रहे हैं, तो वहाँ पे store खोलो. Okay, and online gave us a lot of signals where to buy, what to buy, where to open the stores and what people are interested in. So when you're visiting online site and then checking कि अच्छा ये वाला shoes is available in this zip code or not, that gives us an idea, okay, this zip code is interested in this product. In online you can place 10,000 SKUs, right? But in a store you can only put 400-500 SKUs, plus size, fit, सारा problem होता है. So online gives huge amount of signals for the customer to understand, and then brands can scale it up. So this is number one use case which I see is a huge data analytics problem which people can use online and offline very seamlessly. I can talk hours and hours on this. I will leave you with my blogs and all where omni channel पे बात हो रही है. The second story which I will talk about is offline stores में the number one issue is sales are down, right? People talk about like to like sales are down, growth नहीं आ रही है. How many people have heard their clients say this issue? Amazing. So this was one problem statement I dealt with when I was at Lenskart, and they were 200 stores. The challenge was sales were declining from multiple stores, and when we asked the store manager, sir, footfall नहीं आ रहा, marketing नहीं work कर रहा. That is the big number one explanation you get. Now, if you look at what is store sales equation, okay, store sales equation is basically footfall multiplied by conversion multiplied by average order value, right? This is the equation which we use in digital world कि आपका online traffic multiplied by conversion into this. So because all the founders and the team were digital, they said कि यार यही concept हम लगाते हैं offline में. But you know what is the biggest challenge in offline? Average order value आपको पता है, right? The most difficult thing is to measure the footfall. Okay, and footfall कैसे measure होता है? वो एक बंदा बैठ के count करता है. Now, if you don't know the footfall, how do you do better at understanding what is happening? And that is where AI came in. So the company then partnered with another company to measure footfall. I'll just show you an example. So this tool, what it does, it sits on the camera, and then it tells ki how many people are coming in, what time are they coming in, and what aisle are they visiting, and what are the heat spots which they are coming. कि वो मेंस वेयर पे जा रहे हैं या वुमेन्स वेयर पे जा रहे हैं कि इस पे जा रहे हैं. Now, I'll just. So when a person picks up the store item, it says the person's intent is very high. It also tells कि what is the age group of people who are going. Is it a kid? Is it a male? Is it a female? वो थोड़ा बहुत idea दे देता है. And it also tells the amount of time spent. So how did this data help us? The data helped us in understanding what is the footfall, the real footfall, how much people are engaging. Okay, and one interesting thing which I learned in this whole thing is कि store staff बताता है, सर मैं शक्ल देख के बता सकता हूँ कि customer interested नहीं है. Have you heard this thing? है ना, तो शक्ल देख के बता देता है. But person who is the least interested must have the highest value. उसका पर्स मोटा होगा. Okay, and nobody wants to be treated like that. So once we started looking at the data, first we said अच्छा footfall कितना है. तो देखा फुटफॉल की तो प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, कन्वर्जन की प्रॉब्लम है. नेक्स्ट वी वेंट इनटू सेइंग कि कन्वर्जन की प्रॉब्लम क्यों है. तो पहले देखा कि इज देयर इनफ स्टाफ अवेलेबल, एंड वन इशू विच वी फाउंड आउट, फुटफॉल आफ्टर 7 PM was good, but the conversion suddenly went down. Okay, and then we started looking at attendance data, and we realized a lot of 30% of the staff were females, and females generally go by 6:37 for the right reasons. तो स्टाफ कम हो जाता है, तो देयर इज अ प्रॉब्लम इन स्टाफ अवेलेबिलिटी. सो वी सेड कि लेट्स मेक्स द शिफ्ट लाइक दिस कि 7 to 9 PM में इनफ स्टाफ इज देयर टू कन्वर्ट. वो सॉल्व किया. फिर अगला था कि हाउ मेनी स्टाफ आर अटेंडिंग द कस्टमर्स. ओके, व्हेन वी स्टार्टेड लुकिंग एट द स्टाफ अटेंडिंग द कस्टमर्स, वी रियलाइज्ड कि वो जजमेंट होता था कि सर ये तो खरीदेगा ही नहीं, मैं बता सकता हूँ, शक्ल देख के बता देता हूँ कौन खरीदेगा नहीं खरीदेगा. देन वी सेड कि यार वो खरीदे ना खरीदे, यू हैव टू ट्रीट द कस्टमर वेल, यू हैव टू respect him and attend him. तो एक KPI बना दिया attending customer का. तो what the moral of the story is, if you use data across the life cycle, sales हमें चाहिए, sales का data हर कोई track करता है, but what drives sales? Sales is driven by footfall, it's driven by conversion, it's driven by average order value. If you drive enough input matrices around it and measure it accurately through a system, not through a human, you can scale up your offline impact. These are more examples. Heat map वगैरह भी बता देता है. And this is like a very, well, I'm not marketing this tool, but that was huge impact which created, and it was sitting on the CCTV cameras which we have in the stores. मतलब cost कितना था मेरे ख्याल से 3,000 rupees 4,000 rupees per month था per store का, per camera, which is like less than one order. एक order भी extra हो गया तो you can recover the cost. So what it helped us is, it helped us took a store conversion from 22% to 30% plus. Okay, and the bigger impact it happened is the payback period of a store reduced from 22 months to 14 months because you are able to break even very quickly. The third story I want to share is about data culture. Okay. Today what happens is, in our organization we have hundreds of KPIs which companies are monitoring, but एक KPI सब अच्छे से देखते हैं, वो revenue है और profit है और cash flow. I think so those are the 3 ones which everyone agrees, but बाकी सारा clutter होता है. How many people agree with me? Okay. How many people are involved in business planning, forecasting, AOP, 5-year plans? तो what are some KPIs you use to drive कि revenue ऐसे grow होगा? What are the inputs which you use? Anyone? Number of stores कितने खोलेंगे? So AOP or business plan, what I have seen is false because of the assumptions. Is that right? assumptions खराब होते हैं, वो इनपुट हो जाता है. फिर होता है कि assumption हमने जिस KPI पे लिया था कोई उस पर फोकस ही नहीं कर रहा. So this is an example which I'll share about how do you choose assumptions. Okay, so last 5 years in 2020 we all went through this dreadful time of COVID, but to me COVID was a big data culture change for the country. Okay, when the COVID was going bad, there was one KPI every day newspaper में आता था. It was number of deaths or number of people who are active with COVID. You agree? हर रोज आता था इतने केसेस आ गए, इतने केसेस आ गए, उसको देख के हमें डर लगता था. We used to get scared कि इतने बढ़ गए, आपस में आसपास बढ़ गए, कैलकाटा में बढ़ गए, दिल्ली में बढ़ गए. So there might be multiple things which are happening, but it resulted into how bad the situation was measured by number of active cases and number of deaths happening. But when the situation started improving, do you remember which was one number which was published every day on newspapers and we used to track? Improvement. मतलब जब when we were coming out of COVID, what was one thing which reduction. हाँ, but it tell me a positive KPI. ये नहीं है आंसर. Immunity, recovery, or I'm still looking for the right answer. Vaccination. You remember जब वैक्सीनेशन पहले 10 करोड़ हुआ, 1 करोड़ हुआ, फिर 50 करोड़ हुआ, but when we crossed 100 crores of vaccination, we felt कि हाँ भाई इंडिया कवर हो गया है. Okay, the magic was in this whole data culture. Okay, whatever the PMO did, the government did, they really made this key, we have to all get vaccinated. Let's make sure every city, every person, every home has more people covered with vaccination. Okay, so vaccination drive is a concept. This whole is called a North Star KPI. Okay, a North Star KPI is a single metric that best captures the core value of the product delivered to the customer. And many companies use this concept of North Star KPI very well to drive a culture change. Now what happens, an intelligent human mind can remember 3 to 5 KPIs at the best. A normal person cannot even remember 2 KPIs every day. So if the system, you have to move a country like India कि सबको बता दिया vaccination drive पे करना है. So the entire machinery was working on it. And that was not a revenue KPI, it was not another KPI. Okay. So you remember we were talking about health KPIs. Which is the most strongest health KPI you can monitor for yourself without using a tech gadget? You know what it is? Without buying an additional smartwatch. आपने बोला था शायद स्टेप्स. कितने स्टेप्स होने चाहिए एक हेल्दी पर्सन के लिए रोज? 10,000. सो 10,000 स्टेप्स इज सच ए इंटरेस्टिंग KPI क्रिएटेड फॉर एवरीवन इन द वर्ल्ड कि सबको पता है 10,000 स्टेप्स कर लेंगे रोज तो वी विल बी हेल्दी. हाँ, अच्छा जूता, वो अच्छी प्रॉब्लम है, घुटना चल रहा है पर वहां तक पहुंचना पड़ेगा. So my suggestion is your client or your organization focusing on that one input KPI which can drive real transformation. Okay, that is the challenge people face. People are over obsessed about revenue कि मेरी कंपनी का 100 करोड़ रेवेन्यू हो जाए, 1000 करोड़ रेवेन्यू हो जाए. एक नीचे वाले व्यक्ति को वो फर्क नहीं पड़ता, वो कहते हैं फाउंडर को फर्क पड़ेगा, प्रोमोटर को फर्क पड़ेगा, मुझे नहीं फर्क पड़ता उससे. So how do we motivate them to do over and beyond themselves is the key question. So I have an additional story about North Star KPI. Tell me one thing, how many people love listening to music? How many people don't like to listen to music? None, ना? मतलब बंगाल में है तो यहाँ तो संगीत is very important. Can you tell me which is your favorite music app which you use? Spotify. How many people for Spotify? And how many people, एक मिनट हाथ ऊपर रखिए, how many people are using the paid version of it? अच्छा, चलो ठीक है, no worries, मैंने कोई उनसे इंसेंटिव नहीं लिया है. Do you know Spotify was not the number one, the first app to come on. It was actually the last app which came out. People who love Spotify, what is that you like about Spotify? Tell me. हाँ अच्छा फ्री वर्जन है और क्या चीज सॉरी हाँ जैसा गाना चाहिए वैसा आता है रिकमेंडेशंस बहुत अच्छा है बफरिंग होता है उसमें कभी बफरिंग नहीं होता एक गाना चलाओ अपने आप ही उस टाइप के गाने चलाना शुरू कर देता है राइट डू यू नो हाउ डिड दे डू इट वो एआई तो सभी यूज कर रहे हैं ना एप्पल के पास कम एआई है गूगल के पास कम एआई है जियो सावन के पास कम एआई है हाउ मेनी पीपल यूज जियो सावन ऐप वेरी गुड ऑल द बेस्ट तो you know Spotify was optimizing on this single KPI called maximizing listening time of music. Okay, now what does it mean? उन्होंने कहा जो उसको गाना सुनना है उसको बहुत सारा गाना सुनाएंगे हम. तो what they did is they started saying number one problem that time used to be buffering. They said we will do zero buffering. तो जब आप एक गाना सुन रहे हो वो 3-4 गाने बफर करके रख लेगा. ठीक है. But also it started working on multiple pieces कि गाना should be less, it should be this, that. In fact, Spotify has the least library amongst all competition. Apple Music, Google Music have the biggest library, but people don't love it. People love Spotify because it keeps on playing interesting music of your genre. It learns from you. So the company pivoted to this कि यार हमें बस revenue बाद में देखेंगे. We will focus on maximizing listening time. And today Spotify is the biggest app in terms of revenue, $19 billion, 650 million people, almost like 65 crore people monthly active, and 260 million paying customers. And it cracked by cracking customer experience. And what it said is output metric was not revenue. Output metric was derived after listening time. The input metric was get people back again and again, get people to spend more time on the app, have new notifications, have personalization. करते करते उन्होंने एक KPI को पूरे डिपार्टमेंट में अच्छा से स्केल किया. So the challenge which I see in many companies is people are over obsessed about revenue. You should be obsessed about revenue. But when you are creating your AOPs and all, what is that will lead to revenue through your customers is the key thing. Now I'll tell another example of Lenskart. So how many people own more than one specs every time they use? मतलब अपने पास 2 होता है. 5 साल पहले होता था ऐसा? नहीं होता था ना. तो वहाँ पे ना कॉन्शियस था कि हमें ना नंबर ऑफ आई वेयर्स पर पर्सन इंक्रीज करना है. ठीक है, क्यों करना है इंक्रीज? रेवेन्यू के लिए करना है, वो सब करना है. बट एक सुबह का चश्मा बना दो, एक दिन दोपहर का चश्मा बना दो, एक ऑफिस का चश्मा बना दो, एक कॉन्टैक्ट लेंस बना दो, एक so put in the fashion element to it. And to do the fashion element, they started releasing one new collection every 15 days. In fact, if you visit a Lenskart store every month, you will find a different set of collections. You will have 30% collection same, but many things will be repeating. So people might say कि यार चश्मा है 2 साल में लोग खरीदेंगे, boring category है, but I think so we'll give back to the company that they cracked fashion into it. So the whole learning which I have with all of these is there is data much beyond financial data, which leads to financial growth. The key is, are we learning and focusing on it or not? So these are 3 stories which I had. I'll go about with 5 mistakes I see people making. Next. Any questions people have? Yes? हाँ, वो बाहर चल के बात करेंगे, रिकॉर्डिंग हो रहा है. नहीं, फ्यूचर अच्छा है सर. चश्मे चाहिए लोगों को, हम फोन पे करेंगे. हमारे इनफैक्ट समथिंग फॉर नॉट नोज ऑल्सो. पता है क्यों? जब हम रात में फोन लेके देखते हैं, झपकी आता है, नाक पे गिरता है, दर्द होता है. हुआ है किसी के साथ कभी? बीच में ऐड आता है ना सर. एनीवन एल्स हैज अ क्वेश्चन? हाँ, सी देखिए, पहले हम 100 रुपए का कैसेट खरीदते थे. अब ये स्पॉटिफाई का कनेक्ट को कॉस्ट क्या है? 2 कैसेट का कॉस्ट है, हम दे देते हैं. अगर आपको ऐड नहीं देखना तो आप
ultimately it may be the customer obsessed with this app and
See,
they will purchase.
see what my learning is, कस्टमर किसी का सगा नहीं है. कल को कोई और बेटर ऐप आएगा, हम उस पर मूव हो जाएंगे. कुछ और आएगा, हम उस पर मूव हो जाएंगे. राइट? तो इट इज मतलब वी डोंट फॉल इन लव विद इट. So my first biggest learning is there is an hype always there, okay, in technology cycles, especially with analytics. In पीछे बिटकॉइन भी आया, पता नहीं कहाँ चले गया, फिर पहले डेटा वेयर हाउसिंग आया, बिग डेटा आया, इंटेलिजेंट डेटा, एआई, जनरेटिव एआई, ये सब आता है, हम अडॉप्ट करते हैं, सीखते हैं, टर्म्स आते हैं, हम भी यूज करते हैं, बट many hypes also goes down. So the important is we need to know the tipping point, that it is a cutting edge or bleeding edge. I'll explain the difference. Cutting edge technology is you're using technology to do good, but they are bleeding edge technologies also. Jaise blockchain was a bleeding edge technology. Okay, it came, it became hyped, I don't know where it went. But Bitcoin is going fine. वो ऊपर गया, नीचे आया, वापस से ऊपर जा रहा है. Blockchain as a technology didn't find much use cases. But honestly, generative AI, it has been 2 years. It is evolving and it is making us efficient. So it's not a hype, which I definitely feel. But adoption is very, very slow. This was a recent survey done by McKinsey about adoption of agentic AI and stuff in multiple departments and companies. So 70-80% people are still figuring out what to do, which is okay. But what I would say is experiment karte raho. Okay, don't stop experimenting because you will be left behind with it. The second is there are chatter around LLM मुझे build करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए. So the way I look at is there are two things. Okay, either you are building a refrigerator or you are building Coke. Now I'll explain you what does it mean. So building a refrigerator means, are you a producer of the tech? So what NVIDIA is doing, what ChatGPT is doing, they are producing tech. And then there are consumers of the tech, which are people like us who are consuming tech and building it. Now what happened with refrigerator is refrigerator business didn't really scale up much. But refrigeration as a concept really scaled up. The cold drinks of the world, the cold storage, हमारा सफल का जो मटर होता है फ्रीजर में रखा होता है, वो सारा बिजनेस ये था. सो दिस वाज ओनली 1%, दिस इज 99%. सो टुडे दिस होल जनरेटिव एआई इज फोकस्ड ऑन प्रोड्यूसर्स. द कंज्यूमर्स हैव नॉट रियली पिक्ड अप. यू डोंट सी कंपनीज गेटिंग ट्रांसफॉर्म्ड बाय कंज्यूमिंग इट, विच विल सून हैपन. सो डेफिनेटली डोंट गेट ऑब्सेस्ड अबाउट कि अच्छा मुझे नेक्स्ट बिग एलएलएम कैसे बनाना है. हमें एलएलएम नहीं बनाना, बहुतों को एक आध कोई होगा जिसको बनाना होगा यहाँ पे, या इंडिया में भी कुछ 10 लोग होंगे जो बनाएंगे. सो द होल आइडिया इज बी अ यूजर एंड ट्राई टू बिल्ड बिजनेस वैल्यू फ्रॉम यूजिंग द टेक एंड ट्राई टू ट्रांसफॉर्म योर लाइफ विद इट. नाउ I had the opportunity to work with a company called Motherson Sumi. How many people have heard Motherson Sumi? ठीक है. What do you like about that company? फाइनेंशियल बैलेंस शीट. हाँ, तो जब मैंने कंपनी ज्वाइन किया था 2017 में, द कंपनी वाज $5 बिलियन. जब मैंने 2020 में छोड़ा तब वो $15 बिलियन हो गया था. अब उसका रेवेन्यू है करीब $25 बिलियन और उसका मतलब द फाउंडर्स विजन इज $30-50 बिलियन. So he takes very aggressive plans and it is a company of CAs and finance people. It's a very interesting company to study and read about. So when I joined the company, you know, the first use case I worked for them was internal audit. Okay, now internal audit was a great use case because internal audit के नाम पे ना आप कोई भी data ले सकते हो. Okay, and auditors today take a lot of financial data when they are doing your analysis. You agree? वो मांगते हैं अपना सारा transaction data दे दो, ये दे दो, वो दे दो. And this actually sparked because companies like Satyam did a lot of घपला in their balance sheets and all, but वो balance sheet में घपला नहीं होता, वो transactions में घपला होता है. You create fake transactions. So the whole idea was to do at the raw level. And these are famous use cases for finance. But the most, and I always wonder that the biggest use case for finance is not those. It is revenue and sales forecasting. Do you guys agree? But is it done well? How many people feel they are able to accurately predict sales and revenue? आप कर लेते हैं सर अच्छे से? अच्छा, amazing. अपने लिए, clients के लिए? Clients के लिए, great. How many people agree that they are able to do very accurate sales and business forecasting? नहीं. What are the reasons? What are the challenges? understanding the business. Yeah, market changes. So most of the forecasting is done only on sales data. Do you guys agree? 70% data used is past sales data, है ना? So I'll take an example of a very good example of forecasting. Okay, how many people used Uber to come here today? Amazing. कितने सारे लोग? Did the cab time was accurate? मोटा मोटा कि 25 मिनट लगेंगे अच्छे से, right था वो? मोटा मोटा था, ठीक है? तो the best example to me is forecasting when Google Maps does forecasting. So if you think about ट्रेडिशनली क्या होता था, इट वॉज ऑल बेसिस आपकी गाड़ी की एवरेज स्पीड कितना, डिस्टेंस इतना, उसको डिवाइड कर दो, टाइम से निकल आता था. बट वॉट गूगल यूजेस टू कम आउट एंड एक्यूरेटली टेल, semi accurately tell how much time will it take you to reach from point A to point B is historical data, traffic conditions, construction, weather, speed of other vehicles, and 100 more signals which are happening. Okay, so to me Google's data is not good because it has great algorithm. Okay, it is good because it has lot of good signals which is telling how much time will it take, and it is collaborating. So for our businesses also the same problem happens. We don't have much of signals available. हमें competition का data पता है, but वो इधर उधर फैला हुआ है. हमें signals नहीं पता, and lot of companies don't focus on capturing and maintaining signals. So the next step which comes to my mind is organizing, getting best at AI requires organizing your company's data very well. Okay, if you look at what are the number one challenges people face in doing predictive analytics or AI adoption, is not the model or the tool. It is data quality, data privacy, integration challenges, skill set. So data बहुत आता है इसमें, because data is not available. Only sales data, transaction data is available well, जो GST वगैरह के लिए चाहिए, but बाकी signals data अच्छे से available नहीं होता. So why is it not available? Because a company is siloed. Okay, some data is kept in Excel sheets, some data is kept with partners, some data is kept with departments, emails, Excel sheets, बहुत सारा कचरा बचा हुआ है. And people are bureaucratic also. सब data देना नहीं चाहते, वो मेरा data दे देंगे तो ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. वो एक बहुत बड़ा apprehension होता है. But when you put it all public, it becomes not public. You make it available for your forecasting algorithm. It gives you better output. Yeah. So in fact, you know, if you go and search what is the motto of Google, it is not about creating the best algorithm. Google का जो motto है, it is to organize world's information to make people's life easy. Okay, and that is what at the end power of data and analytics is for organizations. You organize companies' data well and you will drive bigger impact. Now the fourth misconception I have seen people making is they are over obsessed about tools. Okay, कि मेरा ChatGPT is better than Perplexity, Perplexity is better than Claude, Claude is better than Excel, Power BI. So what my learning has been is all tools are there, equally done, and it's a race which is happening. कभी ये better है, कभी वो better है, किसी का pricing better है, किसी का कुछ better है. But you keep trying. Don't fall in love with the tools. Tools आके चले जाएंगे. कभी टैली अच्छा होगा, कभी जोहो अच्छा होगा, कभी ज़ेंडेस्क अच्छा होगा, कभी कुछ अच्छा होगा. टूल से कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता. टूल्स विल बिकम ईजियर, चीपर, फास्टर, बेटर, and it's becoming easier to switch tools also. Earlier if you implement SAP, to move from SAP to different one, it's a challenge in itself. In fact SAP में SAP से SAP आना जाना is a nightmare. And I used to joke with lot of my CIO friends कि CIO is not Chief Information Officer. एक बार ERP implement कर दो ना, वो career is over हो जाता है उनका. They get fired or they have to change their jobs because it's bloody so stressful. Now this is one of my friends. He won an AI challenge in 10 minutes. Okay, they were given on the spot to create a fully functional weather app. जैसे weather.com होता है ना वैसे. And he created a fully functional weather app by prompting. And he is not a coder. Okay, he is a business person sitting in the business teams knowing zero coding. So if you know zero coding, you are blessed in the world of AI because you don't come with any baggage. You know ki what I need to do. If you can explain it to somebody, if you can prompt it, you are done. And it was an amazing thing. उसका prompt लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे काफी अच्छा. ये act as an author, crafting something. ये पूरा prompt लिखा हुआ था newspaper में. Just reading that prompt was very interesting कि how well he was able to give instructions. जैसे हम अपने secretary हमें किसी को बोलते हैं अपने office में instructions देते हैं, तो if we get better at giving instructions, our job is done. And finally, experimentation is the key. This is Nusair. He started creating videos on Gen AI, and his claim to fame is, first he became very popular on Instagram, on Facebook, because he created one video every day for 1,000 days, and then he cracked the code on it. Now what he has done is he has started creating videos on stories, one video using Gen AI, and I'll show one video. It's a very interesting.
This man invented the game of chess. He showed it to his king, and the king loved it.
I love this game. I want to buy it from you.
The man replied,
Sure. I just want a grain of wheat. That's it.
1 grain on the first square, 2 on the second, 4 on the third, and keep doubling the grains until the 64th square. The king laughed and said,
That's nothing. We have a deal.
at first it was nothing. On the 10th square, just 1,000 grains.
There you go, sir. 1,000 grains.
But then the numbers exploded. On the 20th square, 1 million. 30th, 1 billion. 40th, 1 trillion. By the 64th square, 18 quintillion grains of wheat. That's more than the wheat in the whole world. And because the king had promised, he was forced to give him every grain in the kingdom.
And checkmate.
This story is not about wheat or chess, it's about exponential growth. Our brains don't understand the power of exponentials. If you just become 1% better every day, you can become a billionaire. That's 1 minute. See you tomorrow.
So this is Nusair. He has been creating one video using AI. This video I think so took him about 10-12 hours to do. It's a fully AI generated. ChatGPT से script लिखा, VO3 से video बनाया, integrate editing and all. So the whole idea is experimentation is key and trying again and again. Don't try to find a new course कि analytics AI में कौन सा नया course करें. Use the tool, watch a video, watch a course and start using it. That's my biggest learning in it. And in my house, you know, the best person to use an AI is my younger son Advait. He's 11 years old. So I'll talk about what he did in this summer. So he got an assignment to say write an essay on Agrasen ki Baoli. ये Agrasen की बावली है. How many people are Baniyas or Agarwals here? Anyone? तो राजा अग्रसेन तो पता होगा आपको. तो दिल्ली में there is a place called अग्रसेन की बावली. यहाँ पे बहुत shootings होती है. You might recall. So we visited there and it was told कि उस पे essay लिखो. तो knowing him being very smart, he went to ChatGPT and said, help me write an essay on Agrasen ki Baoli. Then he wrote, write it like a 10-year-old kid in CBSE 5th class will do. Okay. Then he said, rate the essay from 1 to 10. ठीक है, जब essay लिख दिया. Then he said, तो उसका आंसर आया 7. Then he said, improve the essay from 7 to 9.5. Okay. Then whatever the essay came, then he said the essay seems to be written by AI, fix it and write it like somebody, like a 10-year-old kid has written. And then finally he submitted. But what struck me कि ये इसने सीखा कैसे? इसने सीखा मुझे ऑब्जर्व करते करते. And he kept on doing कि इसकी टीचर उसको कैसे इंस्ट्रक्ट करती है, उसकी मदर उसको कैसे इंस्ट्रक्ट करती है. So the key in this whole thing is don't be satisfied with the first output which the AI will throw. Keep sending him back. मतलब डांटोगे भी तो और अच्छा होगा. ठीक है. And don't be nice to it. Be nice to your employees. Don't be nice to AI because AI will give you much better output when it throws out. So, and bonus thing which I feel is how many people give prompts on voice to AI, ChatGPT and all? Amazing. So if you are using, how many people use ChatGPT or any of those AI tools? So the best way to do is stop typing. I'll just repeat, stop typing onto this because when you type, you will be hardly able to give 5-6 words. okay? But when you will give a prompt using voice, you will be saying, जैसे ये image बनाना है, तो मैं कहूँगा help me create an image which I will use in a presentation to be done by ICAI, which will be this, that, मतलब बहुत लंबा, मैंने 4-4 मिनट लंबे prompts भी दिए हैं, and it will get more context. In the same time, you will type. So get better at speaking to AI. Don't feel bad कि कोई लोग क्या सोचेंगे. बिल्कुल जाओ कोने में ऐसे on करो और बात करो, like your friend, and it does wonders with it. So wrapping up my presentation, you know, your AI analytics journey does not get started just by going and attending a seminar or a presentation. It does by trying more than what you read. There is a lot of science fiction happening on AI, but the key is to try, and you will fail. In fact, my latest experiment was on my stock market portfolio. I have like 70 stocks, so मेरा अपना 70 index बना हुआ है, and I wanted to do a cleanup. तो रचना रांगड़े का नाम सुना आपने? हाँ, तो I attended one of her sessions in a seminar, and she was telling how to use it for portfolio cleanup. तो मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा. तो I uploaded my portfolio into AI and said ki find out the stocks and tell me basis analyst report and rate it between buy, hold or sell, and tell me why should I sell if I have to sell, and which are the ones which I double down. My goal is to keep only 10 stocks for the next 10 years from this. 2-3 बार रिकर्सिव प्रॉम्प्टिंग करके बड़ा इंटरेस्टिंग बताया, और उसके बाद मेरे को आई कुड क्लीन अप एटलीस्ट 40 stocks from it. So there are a lot of interesting use cases to be done, but experiments will take time to do in your company because of the biggest problem is data is not organized. But our personal life, you can use it a lot, whether it is for food recipes, is it for personal cleanup, is it for creating resume, is it for creating proposal, writing email, हर उसमें use करो, you will learn and become efficient 100x. Analytics and AI impact will come little later, but what you guys control is understanding how to use it to drive business growth in business planning and organizing data. So definitely use a smartwatch, but at the end action is key. मतलब if you don't run, if you don't walk, कुछ नहीं होगा, gadget से numbers throw करते रहेंगे and nothing will improve. And at the end what I want to say is many people's LinkedIn title starts with I have 20 years of experience, I have 30 years of experience. Today, that number, you know, people get scared. Nobody wants people beyond 20 years of experience. People want between 5 to 15 years में चाहिए होता है सबको, max. So I would say stop obsessing about the number of years of experience as an achievement. I would say number of experiences you have every year will make you more relevant. Has been my learning. So thank you very much, everyone. So you can scan the QR code. I am very much active on LinkedIn and I keep writing. I have blogs, and recently I have started a podcast also on omni-channel growth. Happy to connect with you offline and chat with you.